DCTV 274 production, a channel meant to spread evangelical mission, reflections, church news, interviews on church matters, socio-political issues, and other marriage matters, both young and nice content, all kinds of invitation cards, even movies. DCTV 274 production.
Hi, this is my channel. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. DCTV, the channel for everyone.
Friends, it is time for us to say enough for this kind of sudden death happening in our society. I couldn't hold my tears when a young lady still in school, unfortunately, is saying why they were still with the father after morning devotion, the man collapsed. When the dad was confirmed dead, this lady wept. I said, Daddy, tell me that this is a prank. Just please tell me, because the future was blank. So many people are lost, their fathers, their husbands, friends, loved ones, on something they can't explain. We were being made before this time that most of them are all spiritual problems. But all of a sudden, it started also hitting even men and women of God right on the pulpit. Perhaps something much more is happening. One cried and said, I know my husband has been taking his drugs. Yes, how did it happen? He has been seeing doctors. Today, I will show you that 80% minimum, most of these people you see, this death can be prevented. I mean, most of these deaths can be prevented. I'm not talking about only what to do when it happens, but each of them, which some of us right now, also will have danger signs that will come over and over again, but nobody to pay attention. Sometimes some will be, I've been taking my drugs. I will show you something today. Heart problem is beyond just drug taking. And if there be a need of permanent solution, the earlier the better. Let me use this opportunity to reveal to you how all these deaths you see, how it all started, and how it can be reversed. You share to everyone you know, because even burial is also not cheap. To help you understand the genesis of these sudden deaths and what could be done to save the life of these ones, of course, including yours and your loved one now, you get to know this. This is fundamentally what we have before now to be a heart, okay? This heart in ideal sense, listen today, should beat at least 60 to 100, within 60 to 100 every minute. If it goes below or it goes high, it's a crisis in the making. So you can see this very heart beating this way. However, to help you understand this better, I made this diagram. Watch this. The heart has 4 chambers. Just get that picture because I want you to understand what actually went wrong. Usually, the heart supplies the body and it comes back to the heart, all right? And when it is coming back, now there's no oxygen in that one, because it's deoxygenated. It gets into this first right of the heart. That's called the right atrium. See, don't mind the grammar this time. Don't tell me I didn't go to medical school, I don't understand science. When death stares at you, you will realize you are wired to win Olympic gold medal. So you just pay attention to understand what is killing our people, which something needs to be done urgently. Now, if this blood gets into this first chamber, it crosses through a particular valve. You hear boom. It goes in there, and that very blood has to be carried to the lungs where it will get oxygen. And from that oxygen, when the oxygen, it carries it and comes to the left side of the heart. That's called the left atrium. And you hear that very boom for blood to go in there. Then when it comes to this left hand, this left one will pass it, boom. So you hear that boom, as this one open, as this two open, you hear boom, 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 boom. You get that? So when this now goes, it gives blood to the brain, it gives what? if by any reason this particular blood doesn't move in seconds, this very brain doesn't receive any blood, this person will be on the floor. But what could make blood not to go out? What could make blood not to reach here? That I will explain to you right now. As earlier pointed out, the heart beats. But what makes it to beat? When a baby is born, they suddenly said, for you to confirm that there's a living baby there must be a cardiac activity. What made it happen? Check out this. There's one thing God naturally put in the heart. It's called SA node. Otherwise, they call natural pacemaker. This very pacemaker is what suddenly starts the heart. The heart is started automatically on its own. Nobody does that. It releases electrical activity. And when it releases it, it is because of the electrical activity it releases, you will see things you normally see doctors or in a paramonitor, you see this kind of line. There are people that have this line. Very good. All right? This particular line, and if the heart start going weak, when the heart rate start losing, you discover that this particular natural pacemaker is not working as it's supposed to work. This very person will now start getting easily tired. They call it bradycardia. You can see the rate before it reach, it will go on. So there are people, their heart is not healthy. It can't carry pressure. You see the person gets sometimes he feels like he's easily tired, and it comes to a point where if he exerts something like exercise, it's as if the heart will be pounding. Sometimes he will be breathless or having a kind of syncope. Something like fainting attack will come up again. All this can happen, and sometimes there may be no symptom yet until maybe something ugly happens. Second is that this also could happen that this heart rate may begin to raise very fast. You say, the heart rate will be beating. You see some people say, I'm even feeling as my heart is pounding. Bing, 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 bing. You see those kind of people, they will be very uncomfortable. The palpitation will be there. That is what is called tachycardia. High heart rate. When the heart rate is high, you call it tachycardia. When these problems continue, another problem could happen. When it's called atrial fibrillation, maybe the thing has stayed for a while very high and nothing could be done, that heart may begin to quiver. And by reason of quivering, that's why some people can sleep, they won't wake up. They say that one attack, now one demon kill them. So, now looking at this also, you can have another problem, which if a heart is diseased, as a matter of fact, this is where issue of what they call cardiac arrest happen. Look at it. This lower side of the heart that is called the right ventricle, in a situation where that very heart rate again become high at this particular place, you know what will happen? This very person will not be, this very heart will not be able to pump blood to the lungs, and because he can't pump blood to the lungs, the person may begin to have this kind of tiredness and sudden chest pain. From there, this very person can go into what is called ventricular fibrillation, and the person will be on the floor because no oxygen will get to the blood, and because as this one open to pump, this one sometimes should open to pump. If this one is not working, this will not work. So there will be no blood to the brain. This person will collapse, lifeless. That's when they say he has had cardiac arrest. That's exactly what happened to Edison when he collapsed in the field. Happened to most of these people as they collapsed. Fortunately for Edison, there was immediate intervention where they have to give him a shock within 3 minutes, and he was able to come back. But I will now tell you, how come Edison that collapsed, lifeless, with a 40 heart, could come back again and play 90 minutes of football, which of course you know how stressful it is. How come that most people abroad that pass through these kind of things that our people pass through, some of them are still alive today, whereas our own all buried? Why? The first question here is how do we even identify who has a problem here. Do you know as simple as this could be? As simple as ECG or EKG, as the case may be, I can tell you, you can identify with a good understanding of what is going wrong here. An echo can tell also if the person is having some also heart failures and all that, can be in position to reveal. And that's why we have made a provision. Check out this number. Please, let's make it safety for Africa. We have made this number available. Get your ECG done at least. Upload it on WhatsApp of this number exclusively. We've made available people to interpret it professionally. You get the professional answer to know what to do and do it at the right time before the worst happens. What then could be done? This is where I will tell you why many people, even those on their drugs, end up dying. I will reveal it to you here. Now, that brings us to the issue that has to do with life-saving solutions to the issue of electrical heart problem. Otherwise, we call it arrhythmia. All right? One is that when the heart rate is low, that heart rate, to be able to build up to capacity to sustain life, that individual needs a pacemaker when the pulse is persistently low, at below 60 and downwards. That very person is living with engine that is steaming very low. He needs that pacemaker. So what is the pacemaker? Just like you can imagine transformer. Transformer does one thing to step up the current. So that particular pacemaker step up and balance you to be in position to sustain life. And also in a case of heart failure, this person has become, the heart is bad, he can't walk, he gets so tired. When he makes any movement, the leg is swollen, you could not be able to sleep. He can't perform. If he put pressure, he's down. That is to say, the heart has failed. But today, the permanent solution to that could come from what is called biventricular pacemaker, or what is called CRT, cardiac resynchronization therapy. Of all of these things mentioned here, most times people will say, no, don't go, just be taking your drugs. The reason why don't just be taking your drugs is because all of these things I mentioned require a special equipment like this. They call it cath lab. It is this very cath lab that enables this very procedure to be done. And we see a person with very weak, low heart rate. When this is done, instantly on the table, this person will use his hand, can even walk home, same time. He will see everything normalized. And the level of ignorance in this side of the world is that when you talk about pacemaker, the person will say, no, don't go and do operation in your heart. No. Pacemaker insertion does not require opening of the heart. It is a device under the skin, and the leads go in the appropriate places to enable the heart to contract. It is not an open heart procedure. It's a procedure that required an intervention cardiologist and a biomedical engineer to be able just to put the device and put it in the range it will be. Many of our people can be living today. If the person is having a chest pain because of issue of heart attack, the narrowing of the blood vessel, that very person can do what is called angiogram to see where the thing block and angioplasty to open it, and these our people can be alive today. Go and get your ECG done. Share it on this particular number. Only just send it as a snap it and send it on WhatsApp. We are dedicated to reduce this kind of unfortunate death happening in our society, that we can do together. Even as you share it to someone, now you can say somebody. Please, let's do that and continually doing it, as many as you can say. Let's deliver our people from ignorance. God bless you as you do that.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.
This is TV 274 production, a channel meant to spread evangelical mission, reflections, church news, interviews on church matters, social political issues, and other marriage matters. Both young and nice content, all kinds of invitation cards, even movies. DCTV 274 production.